Okay, good morning, everyone. Um, I know it's a bit late, but I was up in the middle of the night from the dog snoring because we had a long day yesterday. Hard work, which I have another day of coming up today. But so as the title says, War Robots, No Drones. Let's just hop right into that. Hey, thanks for showing up, Wolf Blood. So I'm going to show my current hangers right now, my current setups. Um, so our first setup is the Seraph with Dragon Calamity and Victoria B. Here's my modules: Nuclear Amp, Anti-Control, Last Stand with Shield Breaker. And the Shield Breaker is because there are more shielded bots out there right now than ever was before. But the Shield Breaker was there before that because of all the pop-ups. And you're hitting multiple targets. Some could have a shield, and the shielded person will try to hop in front of the non-shielded person and protect them. With the Shield Breaker, that doesn't help at all. And with the Dragon Calamities, you can close in on a Titan and do more damage. The Cryptic Fenrir. A lot of people were saying the Revenant and the Fenrir were going to be suck ass because of without the pop-up shields. Actually, these are tanks. These are tanks. It has nothing to do with a shield or not. It's a tank. Alright? We're running with Eldritch Venom and Puncher, and my Fenrir hasn't done better. I've killed more anglers with this Fenrir than before all the stupid ass pop-up shields. Okay? And the modules are Nuclear Amplifier, Balance Unit, and Repair Amplifier with Bernadette Wolf. Okay, you guys are wondering why my Stellar Cerberus is in. This is usually my beaker hanger. We're running with the Spirit set right here of the Bendies. Simply because it moves fast, it can get to the beacons fast, and it could fire around corners at anyone trying to approach the cap while I take the cap. And Boris Crow is the increased damage pilot. Okay. So what it is when you use the ability, and also have increased ability, is that it gives you 20% more damage every time you use the ability. So you use the ability whether they're in range or not to increase your damage by 20%. Even if you're attacking somebody at the range of the Raz doors. And the modules are, simply because the shield is so weak, 2 fortifiers and a Battleborn in case they break it. Okay, so if they break the damage, a lot of people haven't seen Battleborn or they used to throw them away. Battleborn is this: upon first hit, you receive 50 defense points. So being as though I have a small shield or whatever, but I do have the fortifiers, they can knock the shield down, and if they hit me, the fortifier will kick in and give me 50 defense points, while the fortifiers kick back in and regenerate my shield very fast. That's the only reason why I broke this one down, because a lot of people don't use Battleborn anymore. Alright. And here we have the Kepri with the Dragon Blaze. The Kepri can be good in close with a partner. You're linked with somebody, and I had the Misaki and Punchy to keep me from getting locked down and this and that. Because most people go for the healer. If you're running with a buddy, if you linking onto somebody, they're going to start shooting the Kepri first. Instead of the person that you're linked onto. But it's best to link onto a tank, so he's around. You can hide behind the person. You can speed the tank up so the tank can get to where it needs to be faster. And the modules are Nuke Amp, Balance Unit, Repair Amplifier. Now, this is a very effective setup. We're going with the Skulls here and Scorcher. Simply because I'm just going to be support. I'm hiding behind somebody, healing them, or I usually like healing Titans with this. This Mender keeps Titans rolling. Very rarely do I use the Kepri for healing Titans. What I do is I might link onto, like, say, a Luchador, because they're so slow with the Kepri. But with this, I go behind any Titan, start healing and giving support fire with the explosive deal. And the explosive deal is good because anybody trying to deal with Titans know that, like, Titans have support. The explosive deal keeps support away from the Titan. and they're easy to hit with rockets. So I use nuclear amplifier, anti-control, and repair amplifier. The anti-control is simply because people know if they can stop um, a mender from healing, it's gone because its health is nearly nil. You know. Okay, hanger area number 2. This is basically my TDM hanger. We're gonna start off with the Warrior Typhoon. I don't have a basil trained up for it yet, so I'm still using Lewis Duncan. I'm running with 2 Webers, which I'm leveling now, and 2 Mullet T's. Um, to start off with from the long range, Lewis Duncan is the defensive pilot, meaning if they break your shield, um, and he starts losing durability, he gets 900 defense points. 900. Now, mind you, my Cerberus only gets 50 from the unit, but I also have 3 overdrive units on here. So what I want to do is I want to train one of my basils on this, but I just don't have to go right now. Everybody sees that. Because if I train a basil on this, man, it's going to be a friggin' monster. It's already good as it is right now, I'm telling you. Okay? So it started to end how I should have started. So Sheriff Magnetar and Blight, of course, you're slowing them down, locking them in place, which is good because if you don't have 4 Blights to just tap people with, the Magnetar can lock them down. And when it locks them down, then it's an easy 3 hit now, especially without the pop-up shields. Okay? And the modules on this are nuclear amp, balance unit, to keep the health up. Because sometimes you don't know if you're not gonna keep the blitz at range. You know what I mean? You can start at range, the 600 range, but then you're gonna start closing in because of the speed on here, the 58. You're gonna close in on them. You're gonna get in behind enemy lines, start suppressing people and stuff, and that helps a lot. The Techno Scorpion with Fatal Havoc and Scatter. Of course, this is a TDM classic right here. You hide somewhere, you heal up, and then you pop in behind somebody and surprise, butt sex. Nuclear amp, thermonuclear, and last stand because its health is low. And a lot of times when people see scorpions pop in, everybody shoots the scorpion right away because they know he's going to keep popping in back and forth, going back and getting healed. I'm using Ash Skarsgård because he's the stealth one. So that gives you a little bit more time when you pop in because you're on stealth. And anybody that doesn't have that, it's hard for them to even shoot you unless they have low line guns or their bot is low and stuff. So that gives you time to get your damage in. And I also have Gunsmith Havoc to increase the damage while I'm in there. Master Gunsmith, which is another 5%. And then I have Mechanic as I leap back to heal myself if there's not a healer back there to help me. So that I go back in with my full health that I have. Okay, here we go with the Manny Wayland. The Wayland is usually my Titan healer. And yes, I'm rocking the Thunder, and a lot of people are asking why. Because you're not going to close in on nobody. The Thunder is for Scorpions. So it's the anti-Scorpion Wayland. Simply because they like to pop in on the healer and whatnot. And so the Thunder is more for protection, and the Nucleon is where I can reach out and touch somebody up to 500 range. Okay? Thank you for showing up, Hamid Khan and Terra Road. Everybody, I just want y'all to know, you can drop links here, Wolfblood, if you want. Hamid Khan, you can drop links. Terra Road, you can drop links. You guys know my channel exists for y'all guys to drop links. So check out my man Wolfblood7. Check out my man Hamid Khan. Check out my man Terra Road. They all post across a plethora of games. And just go by, give them a like. And if you dig in the content that they're putting out, subscribe. And the modules for here are 3 hacks. Because I just need help. And as the health goes down, the damage increases. So because the Wayland doesn't heal grade damage, so I'm using a Manny because the Wayland doesn't have a specific thing. But I have an Armor Expert which gives it up. I get 1.5 damage for every 10% durability that I lose. I have Ferocious Guardian, meaning that as long as I'm deployed, I have 3.75 increased damage. So this is damage, and Master Gunsmith is more damage. And then I have True Ace, which makes me heal faster. And as you see, the mod is Advanced Repair. So I want to stay alive in this thing because it's so slow moving. I tried it with Jump Unit. It was fun, and I could try to keep up with people. But the fast bots, I really can't do nothing. And last but not least, on my TDM hanger, I have the Eddie Knoll Arachnid Invader with Freedom Mace, Freedom Cudgels. And here's what I have for Eddie Knoll. I do have the Ride the Wave, which gives you 10% faster. So basically, the 10% faster shot is like 10% damage. So take a standard pilot, right? It takes down 10% longer to unload. When you're unloading 10% faster, okay? And then I have Tough Guy Invader to increase the tankiness, and I have Sharpshooter on the Cudgels because that's 2 over 1. Alright, Sharpshooter on the Cudgels instead of on the Mace because that's only one weapon. And most times, 9 times out of 10 when you're fighting, that Mace is the first weapon that blows off. And I have Wonder Worker Invader. Every time I jump in to suppress somebody, I'm healing in the air as I'm jumping because that's when you get shot the most, believe it or not. When you're jumping, when you're in the air, people like killing the invaders in the air as they're flying through the air. So that's my thing about that. Now I showed you my beacon hanger and my TDM hanger. Oh man, I didn't go over the Titans in each. So let me go back to hanger 1 and show you the Titan that I have for my beacon Titan. It's because that the Oxminos does have a reflector, and I keep a Oolong Cinder on it to keep the enemy off. Any enemies that's on the target, they will be subject to being burnt with the Cinder, even with the nerf. But he does have a reflector. He's 44.5 speed at the moment, but he is pretty much the fastest Titan out there at the moment. So I do go and cap beacons with this. This is not a Titan for fighting other Titans. This is a Titan to go get beacons. And so I'm rocking with the Lunar Squall because I only have 1 lance. So, but it does end up working out good because Lunar Squall beats down shields better, while the lance is like dead on target better than beating down shields. And then I have 2 onslaughts. Only one Titan anti-control, even though I could go with 2, because you don't really need it on the Minos because you need to be more offensive with it. That's why I'm rocking with 3 onslaughts, because once the anti-control gets set off for the Minos, you have the speed to dash or put up your reflector to get up out of there. So you only really need like double anti-controls on things like this. Something that would stop you from healing. So I have the Zmej Kishin and the Pantagruel. So I can shoot at the general target that I'm aiming for, but it does have a long reload, but I can put good damage down with this Zmej Kishin, right? But the Pantagruel is for any support bots or anybody else trying to attack you at the same time, and for flyers. You can hit flyers in the air as long as they're not close up on you. The Pantagruel hits everything in front of you, and it does give healing back to the Nodens. So the Nodens is rocking out with double anti-control, 1 onslaught, and 1 GBR. The GBR is to increase both the health and the offensive capabilities because I only have 1 assault slot. Okay. But basically, this is a hangback healer. That's why it's in my TDM hanger. Now let's go to my 3rd hanger, and this is not beacon or TDM specific. What this is map specific. Okay, so my map specific hanger, this is my open map hanger. Any maps that are open, like where you guys think of Canyon, Springfield, stuff like that. All right, so it's my rarest played hanger, but I do have the Scorcher Scald combination on here. All right, and he has stealth, so he flies. It's good. He goes and heals. I like healing Titans with this best because his heal is strong, but he does not heal gray. The modules on here are thermonuclear, and last stand, because somebody might have something that can see you in stealth and try to kill you while you're in the air. And the skulls charge up when you're in flight, so that's perfect weapon for that. And because it's not the perfect brawling weapon for a bot that's seen at all times, because a bot that's seen at all times is better with a reload weapon, such as what I'm running here, Sinister Polestar and Feigner. This is my lockdown bot because this works at 600 range, and then it works when you leap in. The Sinister Polestars do have a reset. That's because you're sitting here being seen at all the time, so you can never pew, pew, pew at the end. If you're stuck in a brawl, you just gotta deal with the reload and get back in there. That I think that's best. So it's running 2 overdrives and a last stand, simply because if somebody has shield breaker and you got your dome up, the health isn't high, and so somebody might just pop you for who you're defending. And then I have my lockdown. I'm leveling this glory right now at the moment. I just finished building it. So 2 punchers, 2 glory. Everybody rocks out 4 punchers, 4 glory. This is open, and I like this one. And I'm running with the Kate O'Donnell, the lockdown pilot. And what Kate does is stand still. You get 8% more damage. Okay. And it's only applies to lockdown weapons, but it's 8%. And you got to think about 8% on the glory, 8% on the punchers. And then I got 2.5 on the punchers, and plus I have mechanic. And mind you, this is my open map hanger, so that if you get locked, if I lock you down in the middle of the open, everybody's going to shoot you. Everybody. That's the whole point of putting this lockdown machine in the open slot hanger, even though it's only 500 range. But you got to remember, these are open maps. So you get locked down in open. That's like the worst thing that happened to you on an open map, is getting locked down. So it's running double nuclear amp and a hack. Oh, I forgot to show the mods from here. Yes, I did. Okay. Now we'll go here. I do have my Basil Lapate on here. So he does have mechanic. He has gunsmith for the prismas, and then he sees anything. I'm sorry. He does 10% more damage off the rip. And the mods for this are all damage mods. And last stand, just in case, because he's a flyer now. Mind you, I love last stand for flyers, because if somebody catches you in the air, everybody named mama will knock the flyer out the air first, than the guy hiding behind cover, because it's harder to go get the guy behind cover, but you got this target sitting in the air right there. You go ahead and punch him in the face first, get the flyer out of the way, then you'll go behind the cover to go get the guy hiding behind cover. And I do have the Orochi in here, but a lot of people are like, why are you having Orochi in an open map hanger? Because he has stealth and speed. He's 69 speed. The health isn't large. And I'm using my Dianarium, which increases this damage right there, which is 7,275. My Dianarium puts an extra 15% on that, and puts an extra 8.5 on that. Any weapon with DOT, and everybody knows DOT doesn't deal great direct damage, so to have that extra 15% is awesome. There are other cool Orochi pilots out there, like Ghost, and I have the black girl, I forget her name, like the Jamaican name. She has like a Islander name. So and then I have Stubborn Speedster. Okay, I speed up more if I get hurt. So if I get low, I get more speed, which is better for me to avoid shots and things like that at low health. So those are the skills on there. Let's get to the mods. Thermonuclear and 2 nitro units. So when I say it moves at 69, nah, it's moving. So it can cover those open maps in stealth very fast. So that's my breakdown of my hangers, y'all. Living life without drones. Oh, I gotta break down the Titan for y'all here. Scavenger Lantern, Davager Scavenger. All scavenger set here on the Baihu Luchador of Blindies, which makes this thing has been more effective since the pop-up shields disappeared, that you just don't friggin' know. Alright. Now, I'm running 2 quantum sensors for any stealth. And mind you, this is an open map thing. So, and I don't need no support because I have 2 self-fix units on here. So all I got to do is jump out of range or pop up my reflector and I'm healing during that. Okay? I don't need no support with this because it's an open map, and certain people are more likely to heal you on a closed map than on an open map because they don't want to expose themselves. So if you're out there fighting, no healer is coming to save you on an open map. Nobody wants to expose themselves on an open map. So you're out there on your own. So that's why I run self-fix units and quantum sensor, because I could see somebody else, trying to rock out in stealth on an open map. Nah, you gone. Mirror mets, gone. All that. So I appreciate everyone for coming out. Thank you for showing up. And if you have any links to post them now. I will catch you out there. I like playing it more because without the drones, this is like the original war robots. And that's why we play UC1. Most of us play WOR. And I'll see you guys on the battlefield, WOR or WR, since there's no drones out there. This is a long stream for me, 20 minutes. Love, peace, happiness. Catch y'all out there. Hey, DQ. Thanks for showing up, buddy.